Now, there were the black Mattingleys we didn't speak much about, so this story is about the white Mattingleys. The white Mattingleys practically owned the little rural county in southern Maryland where I spent my teenage years. They had amassed quite the fortune and nearly had their name on virtually every enterprise, or at least a stake in it, including all levels of county government, police, the courts, prison, especially prison. Now, my childhood was spent in Bermuda. It was paradise. As I remembered it, my bedroom window was shaded by lemon and avocado trees that blocked the huge sun that met me each day. Its heat would be tempered by the waters from the beach, which lay a few blocks away. Whether it was via tobacco or slaves or owning land and sharecroppers, it wasn't clear, but the Mattingleys had all the marbles. Dave was a scion of the Mattingly family. He was particularly scrawny, belt cinched so tight the tongue hit his knees. Hard to believe I was a skinny kid back then, maybe 112, 24-inch waist. However, whether it was bad karma or inbreeding, Dave Mattingly was tight-lipped and vacant-looking, often breathing through his mouth. But who am I to judge? Dave and I happened to be in the same gym class run by a Coach Wood. No one really liked him. A sadistic bully, he made it clear he didn't like the desegregated path his high school was taking. A diseased man, he didn't like the kids either because it was plain to see he took pleasure in making all of us suffer, taking us out rain or shine, hot, cold, or taking delight in having to stand in the shower until we were absolutely quiet. There we'd be, naked, shivering, trying to stand still with teeth chattering. He'd be pacing back and forth in front of us, boring into us with those laser eyes before letting us scurry to our lockers. This one time, Wood decided to hold an Olympics, pitting the blacks against the whites. To the winners, no gym for a week, while the losers had to run track. Neck and neck we battled, running, jumping to his tune. It finally all came down to the wrestling competition, me against Dave. Both sides rooted for their teammate, a first for me. Being a newcomer to that southern town, where it would take 2, perhaps 3 generations before being accepted, I wasn't the most favored person in the school. Oftentimes I had to be careful I was not in the wrong place at the wrong time. But here I was being cheered. Dave, it was clear, was not up to the job. Even I was amazed at how easily I could bat him away. Only took one arm. Like a cat batting a mouse. He'd pin me while the coach smacked the floor. 1, 2, 3. Me swatting Dave away before the count ran out. The suspense was killing. So I'm pinned to the floor for the umpteenth time. Effortlessly, I switched positions with Dave. The coach getting down there, looking for shoulders pressed to the floor about to lay in the count. My future life flashed before my eyes. Victory was in my grasp. I envisioned being hoisted upon the shoulders of my team, being celebrated for a little while before boredom set back in and the harassment resumed. Wood was all wild-eyed and gnashing teeth. It was easy to see who he was rooting for. I turned to see my classmates. They were up on their feet. I looked at my opponent who was waiting for me to throw him off, waiting for the inevitable. His classmates all red-faced and dejected. This was a real treat for me. I had never been in total control like this. At that one moment, I was on top of the world. I weighed my options. Winning would mean a brief respite from my daily terror, whereas losing would only keep me on my trajectory of humiliation. The count ran down.